Again, these ancient gods who came from the sky and ruled the people were always dressed as snakes. This has led to a great love of snakes in polytheistic religions all over the world. One of the common features of pagan religions is that snakes are sacred in all of them. If you do some research, you will find that the snake is more important than anything else in these polytheistic religions. The serpent is above all other idols in the form of lions, eagles, bulls, and humans. It is their judge and ruler. Already these other idols symbolize a different kind of power of the dragon god. So what and who is this snake? What is its significance? Remember, we explained in chapter 1 that in Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, the devils are in the guise of snakes. That is reptilians. In the following chapters, we have shown many evidences that gods, aliens, and jinns are always depicted as snakes and greys all over the world. For example, the creature depicted as a jinn in the Davetnami, a work written under the influence of Islamic culture, bears a striking resemblance to the Sumerian god Iana and the Mexican reptilians. From the oldest polytheistic religions around the world to today's pagan religions, the serpent is always and everywhere the chief deity. In polytheistic religions, the snake is the intermediary between the creator and man. Since the snake is the master who leads people to the creator, the symbol of the snake is also a symbol of the creator. In very religious polytheistic societies, it is even believed that the snake is the creator himself. People must listen to its commands. In polytheistic religions, the relationship of the snake with everything is written separately. For this reason, there is so much historical information about the snake, we cannot dwell on all of it. We will continue with the important parts. First of all, we should mention that the biggest factor for the spread of the snake symbol in polytheistic religions all over the world is the continent of Mu, which ruled the world before the flood. The continent of Mu was a super powerful state ruled by snake gods and received technology from aliens. We can see this in many ancient tablets. In the ancient Mayan tablet describing the land of Mu, the king of kings, the ruler of the world, is seen with snake symbols. The ancient inscription describing Mu in the temple of Tiahuanaco in Peru shows snake symbols. The ancient inscription describing Mu in the pyramid of Xochitl in Mexico shows snake symbols. An ancient American Indian drawing of Mu shows the country of Mu with the symbol of a snake. Serpent symbols are seen in the ancient rock inscriptions describing Mu in Nevada. Prophet Muhammad also said that the most ancient demons had a great connection with the seas and snakes, explaining that the throne of the devil was in the middle of the sea, or in it, and that there were snakes around it. Similarly, Prophet Muhammad said that the Dajjal, that is the Antichrist, is stranded on an island. First, let us look at the characteristics and importance of the serpent god in Mu, Atlantis, and its colonies. In the countries of Mu and Atlantis, the snake was known as the greatest god. In the tablets examined by Mu, researcher and archaeologist Colonel James Churchward, the following information is given.
In the beginning, the universe consisted only of a spirit or essence. Everything was dull and silent, devoid of life. Only the Supreme Spirit, the great eternal power, the Creator, the seven-headed serpent, was moving in the bottomless darkness.
The seven-headed serpent appears in all ancient texts because it symbolizes the Creator and creation. Whenever and wherever we encounter this symbol, we know that it says, "I am a symbol of God, the Creator." When you look at me, you think of Him. I am an intermediary to bring your thoughts to God.
In the Quran, this method of deception used by Satan since the world began is written as follows.
As for those who have taken others than Allah for their guardians, they say, we worship them only that they may bring us nearer to Allah.
Churchward points out that in the Mu, the most sacred symbol of God is the sun, and along with the sun, the symbol of Naga, the serpent, is used to symbolize the Creator God. The snake is the creator of the world in the Central Pacific Islands, where the religion of Mu is the most original, as they are the remnants of the sunken continent of Mu. In some places in this region, there is a belief that the cosmic serpent lives underground and will eventually bring the apocalypse and destroy the world. The snake appears in many places with different names: Naga, Nagual, Nakal, Adder, Jedi, Amaris, Levites, Dragon, Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, Shamaran, Serpent, Snake, Typhoon, Nahash. In Assyrian, Babylonian, and Sumerian creation myths, Lakmu and Lakamu, who created the gods of the sky and earth, are male and female serpents. In the Sumerians, the snake is a symbol of the gods. In Sumer, the symbol of the god Enki is the serpent. Ishtar, as a great goddess, is depicted with a serpent. The most basic symbol of the Phrygian Sabazios is the serpent. In the Hittites, the great serpent Ashurtu and Iluyanka is a sacred creature and a national deity. Orpheus's followers believe that the formation of the universe in antiquity was the result of the union of the goddess Cybele and the serpent Ophion. In Greek mythology, all those created from the earth are snake-shaped. In Greek mythology, the goddess Gaia also has snakes. The legendary Cecrops, the first king of Athens, is known as half man and half snake. Snake in Greeks is the symbol of Zeus Chthonios. In ancient Greece, some kings were believed to be snakes. In Roman tradition, snakes are associated with savior gods, fertility, and healing deities such as Salus. In Hinduism, snake-like creatures were considered to be incarnations of divine beings. The importance of the snake in the religion of the Egyptians does not even need to be explained. The ancient historian Eusebius tells that the creator, whom the Egyptians called Nep, was symbolized by the snake. In the lower Egyptian kingdom, the animal god was the cobra snake. The snake was the symbol of the pharaoh's sovereignty. Even dead snakes were mummified and buried in temples. Egyptian pharaohs carried the cobra on their heads. In the mythology of ancient Colombia, the primordial woman, Bachue, transforms into a great serpent and is sometimes called the divine serpent. The Norse god Wotan often takes the form of a snake. Saul, the sun goddess of Norse mythology, pours light from a pitcher and always has a green snake with her. Vizslavik, the legendary hero of the Slavs, is the son of a snake. In Tibet, a snake and a bird are combined, and a human head with horns is placed on this combined creature. The same motif is also found in Iran. It is suggested that this is related to the dragon motif. In fact, such motifs better describe the serpent gods, because snake gods are both human-like and can fly. In Turkish folk belief, Erboke is a being that is half human and half snake. At the head of these beings is Shamaran, the serpent ancestor. In ancient pagan Turkish beliefs, the dragon is a sacred celestial and good being, the god named Mithra, who is believed in a very wide geography, covering Anatolia, Iran, India, and Mesopotamia, and is shown together with the sun, is a snake with a lion's head in some narratives and symbolizes fire. Snake worship, cult, continues in primitive societies today. According to these religions, the snake is also the god of water and lives among the roots of trees. The most common totem among African natives is the snake. The gods of the ancient Mexican, Aztec, Toltec, Mayan civilizations in South America are snakes. The city of Tamuanchan in Mexico means the place where the serpent people descended. The Aztecs also believed that humans were born from a serpent woman called Cihuacotl. According to the American mythologist Joseph Campbell, in his book The Hero's Eternal Journey, there are also interesting celestial and serpent rulers in Chinese mythology. The creator goddess of Chinese mythology is Nu Gua. Her consort is Fu Shi, who is also her brother. Nu Gua rules the earth and Fu Shi rules the sky. In some depictions, Fu Shi is even depicted holding a double compass, symbolizing the sky, and Nugua holding a carpenter's square, symbolizing the earth. Nugua is depicted as a half-dragon, half-human woman in statues made for her. In all ancient myths, snakes are linked to the heavens and are beings that come from outer space and build civilizations. Some of the interstellar snakes in Atlantis are said to have come from the Pleiades. Researcher and writer Ergun Arakdal, in his journal Spirit and Matter, states that the snake is the symbol of galactic civilization and that people belonging to the galactic race are called children of the snake. He says that the very ancient symbol of the snake biting its tail refers to the spiral galaxy. Here we have given only a rough outline of the race of the snake people. In conclusion, the researcher-author Farah Yurdozu summarizes the race of the snake people as follows.
Today, the claim of a reptilian race living underground with advanced technology is widespread not only in India, but all over the world, such as Brazil. In Africa, China, and France, reptilian creatures with a third eye on their foreheads are terrorizing.
Dragons are a symbol that emerges from the sanctity and power of the snake. However, in mythology, the symbols of snake and dragon are often used interchangeably, and in the Far East there is no distinction between these two symbols. That is, the snake and the dragon are considered the same. This type of jinn, in the form of snakes, dragons, crocodiles, or lizards, generally manifests in our dimension in the form of reptiles. Humans generally refer to them as snakes. Dragons exist in all cultures. In some cultures, dragons eat human flesh and kidnap young girls. According to these cultures, dragons can also transform into other animals. In general, dragons are characterized as flying snakes. In many stories, the dragon is the watcher and guardian of sacred waters. Dragons are definitely related to water. They are called the Lord of Rain and Water, the God of Thunder, or the God of Rain and Water. There are also those who create storms. In some mythologies, they are gods of light. The reason why the dragon is so connected with water and the sea may be because of Atlantis and Mu. As we have explained in previous chapters, the submerged continents of Atlantis and Mu were the home of the serpent rulers of antiquity. The famous Hermes is said to be the same person as Thoth, and according to the monotheistic religions, Hermes is most likely the prophet Idris. As we proved in part 1 and will show much more evidence in the future, all the ancient monotheistic religions, except Islam, have been falsified. Likewise, the information about the prophet Idris has been altered and falsified, as in the text you are about to see. According to the information in the Emerald Tablets, a dragon appears to Hermes, who is said to have carried the religion of Mu and Atlantis to the colonial countries. While meditating and praying, the narration is as follows.
This image was the great dragon, whose wings covered the sky, and from whose body lights emanated in all directions. The great dragon called Hermes by name and asked him why he was thinking about the mystery of the world. Horrified by what he saw, Hermes threw himself to the ground in front of the dragon and begged him to reveal who he was. The Supreme Being declared that he was Poimandres, the mind of the universe, the creative intelligence, the absolute ruler of all things.
You will find many more documents and information about the serpent gods in the previous chapters, as well as in the following chapters. In conclusion, all this evidence clearly proves that the reptilian-looking dimensional beings characterized as demons in Abrahamic religions are the gods of polytheistic religions.
Did I not ordain for you, O children of Adam, that you should not worship Satan? Verily, he is a plain enemy to you.
Again, remember in chapter 5 we explained in detail that the priests of polytheistic religions were sorcerers because magic was a method of communicating and negotiating with dimensional beings. These priests, who were magicians in ancient times, met with the serpent gods and received lessons and orders from them. In Native Americans, the sacred dance of both the Mayans and the Hopis is the snake dance. The Chimu people of Peru and the Hopi Indians believe that they are descended from the same snake ancestor. the sacred city of Chan Khan, founded by the Chimu people, means snake. In this city, there is a dragon temple that is still used today. There is still a snake cult of the Hopis today. The name Khan is also the name of the ancestor of the jinn in Turkish culture. In some traditions in Africa, shamans are believed to take lessons from the Chitauris, a serpent clan that teaches deep esoteric knowledge. This African ritual of communing with the gods is similar to the Native American ritual with the drug ayahuasca. Many of the Native American shamans who use this plant believe that they communicate with snake and alien-like beings and learn lessons from them. The name of the pagan priests of the Celts, the Druids, means snake priests. According to a Scottish manuscript, the Druid priests were taught everything by a serpent goddess. In India, sages and seers were called Nagas, meaning wise snakes. The placement of the symbol in the center of the forehead signified the use of inner psychic faculties to be wise like a snake and to have the third eye. In Chapter 5 of the Black Box of the World, we showed a lot of evidence for the connection between magic and the serpent gods, so we will skip this topic. In conclusion, Dr. Irene Sangerbret, in her book Unsolved Secrets of Creation, mentions the possibility that the symbols of beasts and serpents found throughout the ancient world have something to do with creation and the world. Likewise, we all know from the holy books that mankind was sent to the world because of the devil in the guise of a snake. In the Islamic belief, the devil is a reason for sending human beings to the world, and he is there for human beings to be tested. That is, to reveal their capacities. And again, it's not just limited to what we have shown here. Serpent-human hybrid gods are found all over the world, and more evidence of them is coming to light every day.